Before you buy a 3D printer to start a business, you need to hear this. Not from influencers, not from sponsored reviews, but from the people who actually tried it and struggled. Because 3D printing is not a side hustle. It's manufacturing, it's retail, it's logistics, it's marketing. And most people are not prepared for that. I recently saw someone celebrate making $8 from their first sale. $8. But here's what nobody asked. How many hours did that take? 12 hours learning the software, printer setup, research, test prints, failed prints, post-processing, photos, listing creation? Let's say you value your time at federal minimum wage. That's $7.25 an hour. 12 hours already cost you over $87. You didn't make $8, you lost money. And this is where most 3D printing business videos mislead beginners. Revenue is not profit. Profit is not income. Income is not hourly wage. One of the most honest criticisms I've seen is this. I don't like the idea of starting a 3D printing business when you don't even know what you're going to sell. That's the backwards approach. The right path looks like this. You learn the printer, you discover what it's good at, you find something useful, you test it, then you consider selling it. The wrong path? I need money, I bought a printer, now what? That mindset creates desperation decisions, and desperation pricing. And desperation pricing kills margins. Here's something very few people are talking about. The technology itself is erasing your competitive edge. 5 years ago, printing clean, high-quality parts required skill. Today, modern machines can produce professional results almost automatically. That sounds good, until you realize if everyone can print high quality, then quality is no longer your advantage. When printers become appliances, printing becomes a commodity, and commodities compete on price. That's dangerous because you cannot beat injection-molded imports from overseas on price. You just can't. One seller shared something brutal. They invested over $1,000 in printers, designed their own products, listed everywhere. What sold? Cheap imported goods. Their original designs? Almost nothing. One vase took 20 hours to print, zero profit. This is the reality. Consumers compare your 3D printed product to a factory-made item, and most customers don't care how it's made. They care about price and delivery speed. Let's talk about something uglier, theft. Some sellers reported having their products copied before they even made their first sale. Copied listings, copied photos, copied designs. Low barrier to entry means low barrier to cloning. If your product succeeds, someone will try to undercut it. Unless you have strong branding, patent protection, unique distribution, or proprietary systems, you are exposed. You've probably seen it. Rows of printers, time-lapse footage, money rolling in. But here's what scaling actually looks like. Constant maintenance, filament inventory management, electricity spikes, noise, heat, humidity control, dust control, and manual labor. Every finished print must be removed, inspected, cleaned, assembled, packaged, and shipped. The printers do not run the business, you do. And when orders spike, you don't celebrate, you panic, because now you're behind. One shop owner explained this perfectly. When they went on vacation, they offered a 20% discount to prevent sales from dropping. It worked. Sales didn't drop, but when they came home, they had to print 24/7 for days just to catch up. This is the side of physical product businesses no one glamorizes. If your shop rankings drop while you're gone, recovery is hard. If you extend processing times, reviews suffer. You're tied to machines. That's not passive income. One experienced seller said something powerful. When sales are good, it's amazing. When it's slow, it feels like the world is ending. Retail is volatile. Add manufacturing pressure on top of that, and it becomes mentally exhausting. Another person said, "If this was my only income, I'd be constantly terrified." That's honest, and honesty matters more than hype. There was even someone who built a 150 printer farm, printed 24/7. Then the market declined. They sold everything, still in debt. This isn't to scare you. It's to show you what happens when you scale into a trend without structural protection. Markets cycle, trends fade, hardware depreciates, debt remains. Despite all this, some people are doing $10,000, $20,000 a month. But notice the pattern. They treat it like a real business. They understand cost of goods sold, profit margins, cash flow, marketing, product differentiation. They design original products. They optimize production. They track every expense. They don't rely on luck, and they don't assume it's easy. Before you start a 3D printing business, ask yourself, do I want a hobby that makes side income, or do I want to run a manufacturing operation? Because that's what this becomes. You are a designer, an operator, a repair technician, a warehouse manager, a marketer, a customer service rep, all at once. 3D printing is powerful. It's creative. It can absolutely generate income, but it is not quick money, easy money, or passive money. If you start because you love designing and solving problems, you have a chance. If you start because you saw someone say it's easy money, you're probably walking into frustration. 3D printing isn't dead, but the easy version of it never existed. And the people who survive in this space, they understand that. If this helped you see the full picture, then you're already ahead of most beginners.